We are facing a monumental discovery that could render all the books on modern astrophysics obsolete. Launched at the end of 2021, the James Webb Space Telescope peered into the darkest, most distant corners of the universe and saw something scientists had deemed impossible. Giant galaxies that existed just a few 100 million years after the Big Bang, as massive and ancient as the Milky Way itself. Astrophysicists have dubbed these universe breakers because, according to our current physical models, the formation of such massive structures at such an early stage in the universe was absolutely impossible. So what exactly did the James Webb Space Telescope find? Was our understanding of cosmology flawed, or are we on the verge of unraveling a massive secret hidden in the universe's past? According to our long-accepted model of the universe, the first few 100 million years after the Big Bang were the infancy of stars and galaxies. Gas clouds were supposed to gradually coalesce, forming the first small stars and then tiny baby galaxies. So if you had looked into space during that period, you would have expected to see small, irregular and faint galaxy seeds. However, when the James Webb Space Telescope turned its golden mirrors and infrared eyes toward the dawn of the universe, it encountered not babies, but adult giants with a mass equivalent to hundreds of billions of suns. This was like walking into a daycare center and finding 1.80-meter-tall, bearded babies in suits. A defiance of time, an inexplicable phenomenon. At first, these mysterious objects in the images appeared as nothing more than tiny red dots. The reason they appeared red was that their light had been stretched by the expansion of the universe, shifting to the infrared wavelength. Scientists initially thought it was a data error. However, as the analysis deepened, it was confirmed that these objects were massive structures, like the Milky Way, containing trillions of stars. So how is this possible? Two major theories are currently being debated in the scientific community. First, the rate of star formation in the early universe was hundreds of times faster and more aggressive than we had imagined. The second is far more exciting. At the centers of these galaxies were massive, supermassive black holes that existed at the very beginning of the universe. Perhaps the galaxies did not form the black holes. Rather, those massive, supermassive black holes rapidly absorbed the surrounding gas, giving rise to these colossal galaxies. These impossible galaxies, discovered by the James Webb Space Telescope, are not a failure that leaves science helpless. On the contrary, they represent the greatest stride we've taken toward understanding the universe. Perhaps we will have to rewrite our timeline of the period following the Big Bang. Perhaps we have not yet fully grasped the behavior of dark matter and gravity in the early universe. But there is one thing we know for sure. Every time we look up at the sky with new technology, the universe continues to remind us just how little we know. But there is one thing we know for sure. Every time we look up at the sky with new technology, the universe continues to remind us just how little we know.